The Transportation Department defends its enforced train fare hike before the Senate, reasoning that it was high time to raise fees at the aging train line. But lawmakers and commuters are still not convinced. Patricia De Leon has this report.
676 pesos. This is the additional monthly expense of those taking an end-to-end trip at the MRT twice a day. In a computation presented before the Senate, with 676 pesos, one can already buy 16 kilos of well-milled rice or 5 kilos of chicken. For Danica Bermudez, the fare hike is just too much, as she now spends about 220 pesos for MRT and taxi rides daily, forcing her to shell out an additional 1,000 pesos a month.
Wala na din. Mahirap kasi mag-bus, lalo na yung anak ko nahihilo sa bus.
A study on commuters' observations show most MRT passengers gave the aging train system an unsatisfactory rate of 3.8 out of 5, with 5 being the lowest. Most complaints about the MRT were about long queues, non-operational escalators and elevators, poorly maintained toilets, and air conditioning system. Students also have their own complaints, as most of them ride the LRT too. Even lawmakers questioned the move, saying the fare hike is ill-timed and commuters weren't considered.
Darating din tayo sa punto na talagang kailangan din naman taasan ang pamasahe, presyo ng pamasahe. Pero yung ginawa ba nila ay unang-una biglaan. Kahit na matagal nila pinag-usapan yan, hindi tayo binigyan ng tamang abiso.
But the Transportation Department defended the move, saying the fare increase is long overdue and that the 2 billion peso earnings will be allocated to improve rail services as well as projects in Visayas and Mindanao.
Nag-comply po kami sa lahat ng requirements, nag-public consultations kami, ngunit sensitibo kami sa kalagayan ng ating mamamayan.
Transportation officials made it clear that rehabilitation of MRT toilets, escalators, rail replacement, traction motors, signaling systems, and communication upgrades will be finished within the year. A study is also underway to propose students' discount. The DOTC also admitted that the current budget from the government is really not sufficient for the expected improvements of the MRT, even with the extra earning from the fare hike. Based on DOTC figures from 2000 to 2014, MRT revenue is 24.9 billion pesos, but total government cost is 120 billion pesos, and of this, 95 billion pesos is the total deficit of the government. A proposal to create a rail regulatory body was also mentioned, since at the moment, only the DOTC decides on MRT and LRT fares. For now, the decision on whether to push through with the fare hike or not rests on the hands of the Supreme Court. For commuters, the burden is becoming unbearable. As their money is running short, so is their patience. Patricia De Leon, 9 News.